CEOP, Mr. RockTheMicNews.com, Mr. Pick of the Week, 9 p.m. on 103 Jams with your boy DJ Jacket Spade. Right now, this is the Hot Topic Phoneaview, and it's been I don't know if I want to call it a diss record, man. You know what I'm saying? He made a statement. A rapper made a statement back. People are discussing him. You know, he's not new to the scene. He's aligned with Frank Nitty. I'm sure he has a lot of great records. I'm sure he's clipping up for an album. Yo, we got N Tys on the phone right now. The King of Virginia is what the record's called, man. What's up, N Tys?
What's goody with you?
I'm chilling, man. Look, man, glad to get you on the phone, man. You know, we ain't gonna take up too much of your time, man. I know you're busy addressing a lot of rappers. All right, let's start it. You know, let's start early, man. What inspired you to actually start rapping, and what are some of like your favorite rappers? Who would you put in that top 5, dead or alive, as they say?
Man, it all differs, you know, but, you know, the dead rappers, they already got the respect they deserve, you know, like Pac B. I'm not going to mention them, but
right.
Personally, my favorite rapper alive is Joe Budden. A lot of people
wow.
But
I like that. He's in my 5 too, man. So we have something in common right there. What inspired you to start rapping?
Man, I don't know. I think it was when I was about 16. I started writing poetry a lot and got into it, but when in 2005, my girlfriend Brittany that I was dating at the time, she got in a car accident and died. And then from there, I just started, like, I couldn't figure out how to, you know, show my emotions because I've never been good with it. But right. I ended up start putting it on paper and with beats, and then wasn't always dope. You know, it started off corny as hell, even though I thought it was dope. But I progressed over time, and I'm here now.
Absolutely. Now let's go straight to it, man. One, did Kendrick Lamar's Control verse inspire your King of Virginia freestyle over the Big Sean beat?
It played a part of it, but most of it was.
Before we go into that, how did you feel about Kendrick's verse?
I thought it was dope. When I first heard about it, I expected a lot more when I heard it. But once I heard it, I understood what was the point of what he was doing. So I was like, you know, I see everybody posting how they run the city, or they the best rapper out, or they got the most views, or the likes, and that ain't even what it's about. I don't care if you got money, cars, you got the dopest female. At the end of the day, I want to hit the bars.
Okay, now, what was the purpose? What was the motivation? What was the aim? What was the mission of the King of VA freestyle over the Control beat? Everybody wants to know.
I did it because...
They say, who is this guy? You know what I mean?
I intentionally did it because I know of mad cats out here that they're dope, but they don't get the recognition they deserve. Either they can't sell tickets to shows, or, you know, stuff like that keeps them from being seen. So I'm like, you know, okay, everybody wants to run something. Why not? You know, Kendrick did it for the mainstream in the industry. Why not do it from a scene?
Now, let me ask you some, you know, do you feel personally, do you feel like the King of Virginia? Or is that just something you saying since nobody's competing, you know what, I'm going to say I'm the king and just see who want to compete?
I feel like it's a bold statement. I didn't expect to get the outcome I did by not getting that many replies, because I felt like, well, you're so dope, go ahead and speak on it. That's all I wanted. But people put me on a high horse. You know, then Ryan Baker, you know, he comes out. You know, and like respect's earned right then and there. You know?
Right. Now, speaking of Ryan Baker, shout out to Ryan Baker. I did interview him as well. He said that he feels like not a lot of people addressed you because you weren't. I don't want to paraphrase, but I guess he said, you know, you weren't worth paying the attention to. I guess, you know, kind of like a who is this guy type of situation.
I can understand where he's coming from, but then again, he don't understand the point that I am one of the dopest in Virginia, and a lot of people either they can't compare to what I can do, or they want to get mad and take it to the streets. And I ain't got time for the streets right now. I'm trying to get my life together, trying to, you know, keep myself out of trouble, do right by my children, you know, my family. So I'm gonna give you what I can do on a microphone. You could do to me on the street.
Right. Okay. Well, let me ask you this question because I had a great conversation. I don't know if you're aware of a tight MC, man, definitely talented guy by the name of Mike Mo. I had a
yes.
I had a conversation. Yeah, I had a great conversation Phoneaview with him, and we talked about that, man. And I wanted to see how you felt about the same subject. What we were discussing is we feel like rappers are insecure, and some of them are not creative enough or have enough courage to battle, because it's like after it's kind of like after you've been pumped up, and now you're actually challenged to prove that how dope you're saying you are, prove it. And a lot of, like he said the same thing when he said he'll throw a shot at a rapper just because, you know, like back in the day, I don't think you're dope. And really, we don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can say I'm the dopest. I could be like, you know, exactly. That verse was just all right. Like, I can feel, you know, how I want to. So if I was a rapper, nowadays it's kind of like you can't say anything to the guy. You know what I mean? How do you feel about this whole sensitive, you know, take it to the streets less? Because if you notice, you know, I don't know how long your hip-hop, you know, being a fan of hip-hop stretches, but, man, late 80s, early 90s, it was called battling. And if you notice, like, it made a transition maybe, I guess, probably around the 50 Cent era. You know what I'm saying? Not before him. Probably around the Tupac, Biggie era, they started calling it beef. You see what I'm saying? Rather than, you know what I mean? Because LL Cool Mo D, that was cannabis. LL, that was not beef. That was, you ain't nice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't think you nice. And now it's like,
exactly. A lot of people are taking the King of Virginia track that way, but it won't even meant like that. It was purely based for competition raises. People could say, you battle me. I'm not a battle rapper.
Right.
But I do damage with a pen. You know, that's what I do.
Right. Now, okay. Now, how do you feel about, now, why on the King of VA, I got this question too in the inbox, why did you address the Jolly Brothers? And I don't know if you addressed Intellect or you shouted them out. I'll let you say that. But those were the, like, only two that you kind of, what was the need to feel like you had to put them in the content?
Oh, I mentioned plenty artists. I mentioned probably a good 20. But
in the King of Virginia?
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta give us some of these bars. Give us a good 6, because we only heard Jolly and Intellect.
All right. Well, the supposed Jolly Brother line, that was for all of Jolly ENT, the whole squad. Meaning that's their foundation, but it wasn't on no beef. It was like everything I mentioned. It was on a respectful tip, as in I see you, I hear you, but I'm here too, and I'm gonna try to outdo you, no matter what you have in store. But back to the names, Jolly ENT. I don't know if you heard the L India Major line, but there's a group named L Indies who dropped a song called Love Express.
Yeah, out there in Suffolk. Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Desiree is their manager. Shout out to Desiree.
Damn. I ain't even heard the song in like a week. But, dang, I can't listen to it right now, but there's a good 15, 20 minimum that I put out there.
I missed it, man.
If we have to sit down, I'll sit there and I'll point it out as it goes.
We'll go you got to drop a explanation of some bar by bar. You know how Jay-Z dropped the joint where he wrote down the lyrics. You got to give us one of them joints, man. Yo, how you feel about the whole Ryan Baker situation, man? Him responding, you know.
Well, I don't really have much to say to that.
What you think about the response? I mean, you know, he's a competitive guy, too.
The response was definitely dope, and you can tell he was one of them artists. He's not about the song. He wants the damn lyrics.
Right.
You know, he wants it right there in your face. You know, there's not much I can say about him. You know, I don't know the man personally.
Right.
But
well, no, I mean, artist-wise. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got busy on King of Virginia. He responded. What you think about the response? Did he get busy? Was it cool?
Oh no, he didn't hit me in a sensitive area because, you know, as an artist, I expect that. You know, I started it off. I only be ignorant to not expect something in return.
Right.
But what can I say about him? There's, like I said, I mentioned 20 people, and if them specific artists listened to the song, which I know most likely they did, they knew who I was talking about. But the song was intended for every artist. I was just making an example.
That's fierce. I mean, all right, let me ask you this. Were you actually prepared for these guys to come back? Like, if you talking to the top, and these guys come back, man, like, any other artist would look at this like, man, this is warfare, man. This is like the atomic bomb coming down on me, man. I
thought about it too. That's why my last reply to Ryan was the end, because if just say artists day after day drop one. That's gonna hold my projects up. I'm not gonna be able to write 50 verses in 2 weeks. You know, it's just I'm gonna have to do a King of Virginia Part 2.
Now, how'd you hook up with Frank Nitty, and what was your conversation with him about, as far as, you know, talking about the record?
We haven't spoken too much about the record. I do know when I sent it to him, he said he needed it ASAP. Yeah, we speak rarely, but rarely is kind of frequently at the same time. You know, it's just whenever we get the chance to speak. But
now, what's your relationship? Because you're signed to Protect Your Neck Management, is that it? Or
no, Protect Your Neck Records and Wu-Tang Management.
Okay.
Yeah, I met him, I'll say about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years. 2 years ago at the VA stand-up competition. Like there was a line in the Ryan Baker jank talking about he see me butcher my set to pieces. For the longest time with me doing shows, I'll get drunk, really drunk at the shows. And sometimes I get a little too drunk and I might mess up my set. I've done it a couple times, you know, in my past.
Right.
That was one of them things I had to learn as an artist. I needed to chill out until after performance. But yeah, I had made it to the round before the finals, and I got drunk. Ruined that. But I would have. I've been in the finals. I'm not saying I would have won, but I definitely would have been in the finals if I had it. You know.
All right, let me ask you this, man. You know, before we get out of here, man, and then I'll let you close with some statements that you gotta tell these MCs, man, because I'm sure you got something to say to them. But look, man, survival tactics. Let's talk about that, man. You know what I mean? I don't usually dive in and give my opinion, but I feel like survival tactics. I kind of understood where he was coming from. I think he was trying to end it to the point where people couldn't answer back, but I felt like it was an explanation, man. I felt like, all right, let me take. I'm no longer your interviewer, right? I'm in fan mode, okay? So when I push play on that, I was expecting torch flames at Ryan Baker.
And
I was expecting that to be the graveyard for Ryan Baker. Because he came at you, he said you didn't address anybody worth addressing, you left cats off, you ate the king, yada, 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 couple jabs, and then when I played survival tactics, I was like, why did he lead off him? I got that question. This is my question.
Because when I dropped it, I'm not going to mention any names.
Okay.
But some so-called threats that came my way talking about he dropped a song, because I guess there was a little bug going around that I was doing it. I told a couple people,
okay,
but I didn't know, and I was like, all right, went ahead and did it, but I didn't really go that hard on Ryan like that, just because like I told you, it was the only one I was going to reply to. But the reason I replied to him is because it took a whole week and a half for anybody to reply to me, have anything to say to me. There's so many artists in Virginia, and everybody claims top notch when it comes to the music scene. But when somebody stands up for what they believe in, everybody else wants to sit down. That's why I left the reply the way I did.
But hold on, wait. Before you get there, I'm still stuck on this one point you gotta answer for me, yo.
What's that?
Still feel like I understand that, because you explained that earlier. I got that part, but you still let him live, man. I felt like you said, yo, what's up? I'm right here. And you was like, yeah, that's cool. I feel like you Jay-Z, though. You know how Jay-Z gave 50 Cent like one line? Back in the day, I'm about $1 who's 50. I felt like you just said, yo, I'm not even battling you. You know what I mean?
Well, see, that you got a point. You got a major point. But there's not much I can say. Like, I genuinely like him as an artist. I like the potential. I like the backbone he has. You know, I mentioned there's a competition and he jumped on it. Where's everybody else?
Now, but how do you feel about, you know, now, because you mentioned, his name is D. Nichols, I think is the guy that runs with him.
Yeah.
And he dropped this record. Now, what if Ryan comes back and says, I don't like survival tactics, I'm going to diss you again? Like, what happens then?
He can. I left the balls in his court. I'm allowing him to do whatever he wants to do.
So if he gives you, if he tries to bury you, you know what I'm saying? Because
if he tries to bury me, you can best believe there'll be something in store.
48 hours? 48 hours?
No, but I got something in store, though. Definitely got something in store. Can't say too much, but.
Well, let me ask you this before we get out of here, man, and I'm gonna let you give all your information to the people so they know how to contact you. You know what I'm saying? N Tys is in the building, man, and we finally put a voice, you know, to the person that gave us King of VA Control versus Survival Tactics. I'm sure you got music clipped up, because now everybody, you know, that's the next question. The next question is like, all right, he got balls, can he make a song? You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure you got music clipped up to give us. Please don't leave me out so we can drop the bomb, rockthemicnews.com.
Definitely.
All right, man, look. Okay.
You want me to just send you one?
Yeah, yo, you can send me whatever. We gonna talk about that after the interview. You can send me whatever. But
okay.
Yeah, man. So, okay. All right. So, all right. You're on stage right now, man. You're on the Nova. Everybody wants to know, you know, what's up. Who are you? Da 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 da. You know, they want an explanation. What do you want to tell MCs? You know, if all MCs are listening right now, man, what would you want them to know, man? What would you want them, you know, to take from the statement that you made?
Let me think about that.
Take your time, my brother.
Like I said before, stand up. You got so much to say, stand up. I'm not doing anything hard. I'm not doing something that's brand new. I'm doing something that's been going on since hip-hop started. Like you said, battling.
So do you feel like that energy is missing? Because I feel like, okay, how do you feel about this? And then we're going to wrap it up. There's a lot of battle energy going around here. You got, you know, I'm sure you've heard of the Jolly Brothers Shane Dollar situation. That kind of got out of hand, but, you know, they did their thing on wax.
Yeah.
You know, we got you.
Well, see, that was, from what I call it, my point of view, that was real beef. They had some personal issues going down. That's why you keep wondering why I went so easy on Ryan Baker. There was no personal beef between me and the dude. Plus, I barely know the man. I've seen him at a couple shows, you know, so I really didn't have that much ammunition. I knew some personal info I could have thrown out there, but I kept it clean. Right,
but I feel you. You don't want to play. We don't want to play in the personal realm. Because he didn't get at you personally. Like everything was boss. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Because it's just. So do you think battling is missing from the game? And the second part to that question is, do you think people being more competitive in these type of records that we just seen you and Ryan Baker, do you think that would really help the culture and help the culture grow a little more? Because a lot of people feel like the culture is dying.
Yeah, because, like, the game, the scenes, everything, there's so much BS mixed in. And everybody can vouch that some of the best artists never get the proper recognition they deserve. That's the issue. Making themselves be seen. Like I said, Joe Budden is my favorite rapper. And there was one line that's always stuck with me. He said, why try to be a fit-in when you can be a standout?
Standout,
and I run with that.
I like Budden, man. That's my guy, man. Forget reality TV. He's that guy, man.
Yeah,
shout out to Joe Budden, man. But, all right, man, give me your Twitter, man. Tell the fans what's going on. Tell the fans what's coming up. You know?
All right,
we out here.
All right. You can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/N757. Check me out on the Facebook at facebook.com/The Real N Tys. Got a new album called Red Bull and Adderall dropping soon, hopefully by the end of this year. Not going to rush nothing because I want to make sure the album is one of the best that ever come from the area.
Wow.
Other than that, y'all check me out, talk to me, link up, collab, you know, unite.
Oh, you're the king of Virginia.
Hey, it's looking like that right now.
Yo, exclusive, man. COP, Rock the Mic News, man. We got a Tyson in the building, man. We out here.
What?